Sports, bro.
Better than Monday. I wasn't real happy with the way we practiced on Monday, particularly the offense. And so we challenged those guys a little bit, and I thought they responded and had a better day today. So I was encouraged by that. It's good to start to see some guys make some plays. You can start to see a little bit of consistency start to develop. There's got to be a lot more, but we're starting to be more consistent. And again, some players are starting to separate themselves, which is what you want to see. So the thing we've got to do is just continue to build depth. We're bodies short on the offensive line. We're bodies short at wide receiver. We're bodies short, the defensive end position and some on the back end. And so we've just got to, some young guys that haven't played a lot have got to step up. And they're making some progress, but with those young guys, the consistency is not there yet.
What did the offense do better today than Monday?
Well, I thought they executed better. Took better care of the ball. They turned the ball over a bunch on Monday. Got a little careless with the football, and that didn't happen today. It just felt like the execution was better. Felt like they were just more into it today than they were on Monday. I didn't like their mental frame of mind, and so I thought they came out more focused today and competed harder and played more clean.
What's the format going to be for this weekend?
We're trying to decide. Saturday, what we're going to do is probably have about 8 to 10 periods of just regular practice, and then put a ball down to scrimmage and just see how many plays we can go. We'll probably go till we're tired, and then rest them up a little bit and reevaluate and let them go again, and try to get as many plays as we can. We need to get a lot of plays, but we're so short offensive linemen right now. It's just hard to have two groups. So that's kind of what we're dealing with.
At the beginning of spring, you mentioned some guys who were out because of injuries. Said you hope to get some of them back. Any of them back or close to getting back?
Onu's back a little bit more. Got released a little bit today. Did some stuff, which was good to see him out there doing that. Really, that's about it right now. We'll see. Friday we'll be in uppers a little bit more. And have a little bit lighter day, and hopefully we can get a player or two more out there, because we're not going to go as much contact on Friday, to try to not do too much before the scrimmage on Saturday.
Why was Medlock out today?
Just a little bit banged up.
At this point of spring, you kind of installed all that you wanted to get in the spring?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're still continuing to figure out who we are. I think that's the biggest thing is, on both sides of the ball, you start to figure out, all right, here's our strengths, and so here's what we want to feature, and we want to build off of that. So as we start moving some players around, Braden West moved to slot receiver a little bit today, and I thought he really did some good things in there. And so I think what you start doing is you start figuring out, these are the guys that we think are going to be players. Here's what they can do. Okay, we have this scheme that fits that, but also let's build off of that. So, there'll be a little bit of addition the next couple of days, all the way really through the end of practice, through the end of spring ball. Just more fine-tuning than anything else, and like I said, building off of a player's ability as much as anything else.
How is DJ looking?
Better. He's not moving around great, but he's doing a little bit. He looks better.
Do you think he'll be able to play next weekend?
I don't know yet. I'm hoping so. I would say probably.
So you saw Braden West working a little with receivers today. What do you like out of him in that spot?
Well, he's a guy that when he gets the ball in space can do something with it. Whether you hand it to him or throw it to him, or he lines up in the backfield, or lines up in the slot. When he gets his hand on the ball, something good happens. And so, we thought we would work him in there a little bit just to give us some depth at wide receiver, just because we're so thin. We've gotten some guys banged up, and that was our intent really when we started way back when, because we had a feeling that that we had a chance to see his hands, and he's a really smart player and understands kind of timing and spacing and that type of thing. And so honestly, he looked better today than I thought he would. He just hadn't had a lot of reps of doing it. I know he did it some as a freshman, but I was really pleasantly surprised when we put him in there today. Just his knowledge of the game and understanding of route running and as I said, space and time and all the things that are important for an inside receiver. So I was really pleased to see that. I think he's got a chance to be a really good player in there, and we can play him in the backfield as well. And he's a guy that you definitely want to try to figure out ways to get his hands on the ball.
Have you seen improvements in their conditioning? Since
Yeah,
you've been
yeah,
in
no,
the
it's
spring?
better. It's better. It's still, as we lost a couple of guys here and there, we've had some guys that have had to go more reps than I want them to. We're not, we still would like to get more team reps, but there's just we're so barren in some spots that it's hurt us a little bit. But the good thing is the guys that are staying healthy, we're getting a ton of reps, and we're not getting as many total maybe as we want, but individuals are getting a lot, and so I think that's why you can start to see substantial improvement from guys. But we need to get some healthy bodies back, particularly on the offensive line.
At your introductory press conference, you made a defensive coordinator a big priority for yourself. What was it in Kevin that
Well, I think the thing about Kevin, what I try to do is look at all the statistical data. When you look at a defensive coordinator, there's so many different things he's got to do. I mean, he's got to have a personality. I think is so important for a defensive group. He's got to have confidence. He's obviously got to have knowledge of the game and the scheme. He's got to have a system and be able to make adjustments within the system. He's got to be able to relate with the players. He's got to be able to recruit. And so, as I sat down and said, what do I need? You start calling around and you start doing some statistical analysis. And that was a good thing being at TCU for a year. I could watch college football and as a whole and really look at guys. And he was a guy who just kept coming up. As I started looking at data and talking to people, his name just kept coming up. And then when I had a chance to sit down and meet with him, I knew pretty quickly he was a guy just because, the scheme fit, the ability to adjust within the scheme fit. I think he does what we've always done offensively. He does this on defense where, he features good players. He finds a way to create good matchups defensively. A way to hide players that aren't necessarily as good as you want them to be quite yet, as you bring them along and develop them. So he could do all those things, and the great thing about him is he could do it within a system that he had experience running, could make adjustments, all those type of things. And as I said, the people I really respected in the game really recommended him. But the thing for me was just having a chance to be around him, and just kind of see what the personality part of it was. So once I did that and sat down with him, I knew, like I said, 10 minutes into the interview, he was a guy. And so I think we're lucky to have him.
Justin Guy Robinson's been out the past few practices. What's his status?
Just trying to get it back healthy. Yeah, hopefully we'll see a little bit more of him on Friday. We'll kind of see how he does and how he responds.
How much of a personal hand are you having with the defense every day?
A little bit here and there. I mean, not much on the field. Some just watching, evaluating. The thing that when you're an offensive coach, you see things defensively maybe the defensive coaches don't see. Just the same thing, defensive coaches see things offensive coaches don't see, and so you're going to make some suggestions. But the most important thing I see is good effort. I see guys that understand leveraging the ball and are getting in the right place. I'm seeing better technique. All the things that you want to see, run angles, pursuing to the football. And as much as anything else, I'm just starting to see a little bit of more of a physical mentality start to happen, which I'm very excited about. I think that was a grave concern of ours. It's something that we feel like we need tremendous improvement in. It's just playing with more toughness and more physicality, and starting to see it. Now we're miles and miles and miles away, but it's we're starting to see progress. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks,
Okay,
Coach.
appreciate it. See you.